Hello everybody, happy Friday, and I have a feeling that quite a lot of you have already figured out what I have done by the title of the video, but it's too late. I've already made the purchase. It's here, it's in the bag in front of me. I've gone and bought the worst shirt from the 21-22 season. Now, I'm not averse for buying terrible shirts. The one I'm wearing is not the most popular one of ones that I have, but we can compare. Is it going to be this one or is it going to be the one in the parcel? And you know what? I have a feeling I'm going to really like this. I don't know, there's something about it that's just grown on me. So let's get it open just to show you, just in case if you're not quite sure which one it could be, because I suppose there's a few that it could be, but realistically there's probably only going to be one. It's come in the largest bag of all time, so we probably know where it's come from. So let's just get it open and see if I've made a mistake or if it's an inspired purchase. There she is. There she is. Anything else in there? Probably not. So, well, there is the shirt. And there's probably only really one shirt that it could possibly be with that colour set. But let's get it open anyway. Let's see what it's like in person, shall we? Just tear it. I don't think we're going to be sending it back. Da-da-da. So, get rid of that. What's this here? Just some instructions on how to care for it. Keep it hung up and never touch it ever again. Okay then. Right. There we go. Look at that. It's so simple. It's lovely. It's yellow. It's got a bit of blue trim. It's got the white. That's a lovely shirt design. That's one of the best rear shirts you get. Let's look at the front, shall we? There we go. Totally normal, totally fine shirt there, isn't it? What we got here is a little bit of a sticker on the front there. Let's just remove that. So there we go. That's gone. There is the front of the shirt. Do you recognise the shirt? Probably do, don't you? Have I gone crazy? Maybe. But it's here. It is here. It has tags. It is medium. And yeah, I'll dress the mannequin. Don't really need to do much research about the club. I'm pretty confident that every single person watching this video knows who it is. Usually I release a video and there's some shirts or clubs that are kind of obscure. And most of you are kind of like, don't know who they are. This is probably not going to be the case, especially with a shirt that has the infamy surrounding it. So let's get it dressed and I'll come back to you and explain to you why I've done this. Why have you bought this shirt, Dan? Okay then. Mannequin's dressed, shirt's looking good, possibly, who knows. And of course it's Juventus. It's the old ladies, their third shirt from the 21-22 season. Now the eagle-eyed viewers will have spotted that this is not just any old Juventus third shirt. It of course is the authentic, the player issue version. I've actually spent more money than I should have on this shirt just to get the professional look and feel. How about that? Have I gone crazy? Yes, I probably have. Where did I buy it from? So I bought it from Kitbag. They've been doing sales on and off, and you know what? Okay, so with regards to the shirts that they released for that season, so the home shirt, wasn't a huge fan, pretty boring, never really been a massive fan of any of their home shirts, really. Black and white stripes just don't do anything for me. Their away shirt, possibly my favourite. I like the sort of the subtle sort of different coloured lines running down the front. It's really nice. Wouldn't have been upset if I would have got that either. And of course we have this third shirt. They also have released a fourth shirt, which is kind of reminds me a little bit of a Boca Juniors shirt. Sort of like this, but not really anything like that. Again, but it wasn't really anything spectacular. If that would have been something special, maybe would have picked one of those up. But as the sort of season progressed, and obviously everyone's haven't shown their thoughts on it, most people are not a fan of it because, you know, I'll be honest, it doesn't really follow any particular design. It's kind of just a bit weird. And I always, whenever I'd go and see it in person, I visit my friend. We go Sports Direct and it'd be there, and I'd be like, you know, something drawing me towards that shirt. I think it's because it is so terrible and infamous that as a collector, you can't just keep buying the good shirts. And a lot of the shirts I have are actually pretty average. Like, you know, if I'm buying from obscure places and like that, you don't necessarily get the good ones, you just get simple ones. And I think it's quite cool to have stuff because this is going to stand out. Like, people will never forget this shirt. Like, this will always be sort of memorable. And if I pull it out in a collection, people might not necessarily expect to see either. They may think, oh, you know, you think of Juventus shirts, you think of certain shirts. Whereas if I pull this one out, they'd be like, why do you have that? So I've always thought, well, the season progresses, the prices will drop. And because it's a bigger team, obviously there's an authentic version. And I'm kind of drawn to those at the moment, authentic ones, which is really bad because obviously they're a lot more expensive and they're a way of sort of taking money away from people. But as a collector and, you know, have a little bit of money to spend, I think, well, if there's an opportunity to come buy it cheap enough, then I will. So I've been on Kitbag and they've been going up and down with regards to the prices. And maybe about a month or so ago, it dropped down to £40. And at £40 for an authentic shirt, that's a great purchase size. Like, that's probably cheaper than you can buy a regular stadium shirt. It's still available on Kitbag in all sizes, surprisingly. They haven't sold out. Can you imagine that? But at the moment it costs £53. So £53 is still cheaper than full price, of course, but £40 is, I think, you're going to struggle to get that cheaper anywhere else for a very long time. Or you can still buy it from the Juventus website, their direct store, for €140. Still available to buy at €140. Who is buying that shirt for €140? I have no idea. That is insane. Like, I don't care if that was the best shirt release of all time. €140 is still a lot of money. But I thought £40. Let's just go for it. And you know, I've been needing a Juventus shirt for a while. I was tempted by the third shirt from the season prior, the sort of orange one with a sort of, I don't know, camouflage style mishmash design. I thought that was quite wild. But I kind of didn't really find a place to buy it at a cheap enough price. And of course, I guess I've been tempted by the pink ones that they had previously. But again, they're just either not in new condition, or they're not my size, or the price is just too much. So I've settled on this little number here. So let's actually hear what Adidas have said about the shirt, because you look at the design and you think, I don't really know what's really happening here. So this is what they've said. The Juventus third kit collection was created to motivate today's players and fans whilst inspiring future generations. Reaching into the team's archives, we retrieved the retro blue and yellow from the dominant 90s and injected some high-resolution pigmentation for contemporary glamour. How about that, eh? That's a lot of marketing speak to say that we've really done not very much, to be honest. Yes, blue and yellow is a colour set that they have used, you know, relatively consistently over the years, and there have been some good versions and some bad versions. I just think it's just a bit kind of wild and a bit weird, because you've got the chevrons, but then you've got like the seatbelt going across here, and you've got the horizontal stripe. I like the fact that it's separate. I don't know if I want two sponsors, still a bit weird on that one, but at least it's separate colours. And one thing I do like is the Adidas crest, the two-coloured one, which was only used on specific, I think they're major clubs, I think 5 or 6 of them, where they've used, on this one, they've used white and then yellow. It's sort of inspired to celebrate 90s lifestyle and sort of the Adidas equipment line of the 90s. Really like that. I also like that on the Real Madrid third shirt. I actually really like that third shirt. I didn't really appreciate it until I saw it in person, and it's a beautiful shirt. So that's quite nice. With it being the authentic, of course, like transferred everything, heat transferred, and you've got obviously the sort of the ventilated, the special material, so it's lightweight. And then obviously you've got your 3-strap again, which are sort of transferred on there. You got your sort of more of a tapered fit towards the bottom on the sort of hemline there. I won't be wearing it, mainly because I don't want people to sort of throw eggs at me, but also because I don't wear my shirts. One thing I did like, though, with regards to the tags, the way that they've done this, instead of sort of either sort of attaching them through the material or bobby pinning them through the material, the tag which usually has the code on, which is usually found on the inside of the wash label, which you can use to verify the shirts, is actually on the neckline, and then they've just threaded through this sort of... I feel like it's rope through it, so it's not at any point damaging the shirt. So I think that's quite a nice little touch there, especially if you are spending €140 on the shirt. You really don't want there to be a hole in it, even no matter how small it is. But I've done it. I've gone for it. I need a Juventus shirt. I've been collecting shirts for 7.5 years, and this is my first Juventus one. I'm trying to think of shirts that have been released during that time. I mean, of course, you have the sort of the Jeep pink Drake shirt, which was very popular. And naturally, I like pink shirts anyway. But I would love to have got one of those, but the prices are just really high to find those, especially to find them in mint condition, which are very few and far between, and probably a lot of fakes regarding that anyway. But I've made the purchase. It's done. I think £40. I mean, considering anything, I think that's not too bad. And, it's another authentic shirt to add to the collection. Let me know what you think. Has it grown on you? Have you got one yourself? I honestly feel like it's not as terrible as you might think. It stands out, it's striking. And I think as a collector, we kind of need a few of those in our collection. Otherwise, we kind of all have the same shirts. There are plenty still available to buy. What a surprise. So if I have convinced you a little bit, even just a little bit, to make a purchase, then this is one that you could probably maybe think about going for it. But I totally understand if you think this is the worst shirt of all time, because it kind of is. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I've made the purchase so you don't have to. Have a great weekend ahead, and I'll see you next week. Thank you for watching as always. Goodbye.